Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. And this is some Bachelorette Nation news for you on a hump day, July 7th, 2021. If that's not lucky, I don't know what is. Go buy a lottery ticket. It's 7/7/21. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And speaking of who wasn't a winner of week 5 of The Bachelorette, it was Hunter. He was the villain of the episode. No. Hold on a second. Is Hunter a bad guy? No. Come on. Hunter's not a bad guy. We can't be drinking the Kool-Aid Bachelor shows us. We have to remember this is a, if not scripted show, like the lines they say aren't scripted, but the post-production is. So maybe he tackled somebody. Maybe he took a couple choice words and described other contestants. Being bundled together to become the villain, we have to just take it with a grain of salt. But he got a lot of criticism. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about who the upcoming villain of this season is. And I know you're thinking, Dave, come on. We already sent Thomas home. Aaron's pointing out all the bad guys one at a time. Who could the villain possibly be? Well, it might be someone in plain sight. It might be someone who's just hanging out on that couch who actually doesn't end well with Katie. And now we have to remember, the villain of the show, it doesn't make them a bad person. There might be bad interactions. There might be growth that needs to happen, something sour that goes on the show, but it doesn't make them a bad person. That's really not for us to decide. I know we like to have our hot takes. We'll get into it, so if you don't want that spoiler, now's your chance to step aside. But I think this is a conversation worth having as we kind of like learn that all the information we get isn't always all the accurate information. So anyway, Page 6 article, which is, trash news in general, but we can't look away from a good train wreck here. Says, Bachelorette fans upset Katie gave Hunter a rose after tense group date. All right, I'll bite. Bachelorette fans were left scratching their heads after Katie Thurston gave Hunter Montgomery the group date rose on Monday night's episode following a tense sports match that left contestant Michael A. injured. Me trying to figure out how Hunter got the rose, one person wrote on social media, along with a meme of a woman trying to solve a math problem. Hunter needs to go, another fan declared, alongside a photo of Kermit the Frog reading a book titled How to Slap Someone Through the Internet. Other jokingly compared Montgomery to Taylor Lautner's Twilight character Jacob, who is a wolf. Live footage of a Hunter on the group date, one fan tweet. I love Twilight. Didn't you guys love Twilight? So here it is. They compared him to a wolf. Okay, there he is. I mean, look. Hey, whoa, Taylor Lautner's a good-looking guy, so that's not an insult in any certain way. I'm worried Hunter already imprinted on Katie. Well, one can hope so. So anyway, they go back and forth. He was obviously made the villain. They're all in onesies playing this football, rugby, basketball hybrid. So, it's really hard to tell. Obviously, the big cheap shot of the day to Michael A. was from Justin, I believe. But there was another cheap shot that, they're all spear tackling each other. We don't know how it went down. You put someone in that position. Who knows? Maybe I would have been the villain. You know what I mean? So anyway, Katie tweeted this. Remember, you only get to see a portion of who these men are. For example, you probably didn't know Hunter has Tourette's. So I encourage everyone to think twice before commenting negative things about these men. Apparently, he has mild Tourette's, so he sniffles a little bit and has a few ticks. I don't know about you guys. And again, I'm taking notes and listening, and I'm in the Discord, and I'm doing all these things. I didn't notice that at all while I was watching, but I don't know if there were some comments online about it. So Hunter had this to say. Let's hear what Hunter had to say, and then we'll talk about who the future villain to be will be. Let's go to Hunter right now.
For my followers that watch the show, obviously last night was miserable. The way I was portrayed, I woke up in a really bad place this morning. Woke up to a lot of hate, a lot of hateful DMs, tweets. But for every hateful DM, there was one of hope. There was one saying that they had a son with the same experience on the Tourette side and saying that they know my true character and things like that. And what I want you to know, for the people sending those messages, you matter, and thank you. Seriously, it means a lot.
Boom. How about that? That's how you respond. Good response. I mean, imagine, you film a dating reality show. Several months later, you're watching the show and you go, yeah, this is when we played football. Oh, wait, I'm the asshole. I'm the bad guy. And then you realize, oh boy. Oh, I said a few things. They put those together. They took that out of context. They pulled that from a separate interview. And now I'm the bad guy. And I'm going to talk about defensiveness. When I interview Reality Steve, he's going to be, I'm interviewing him this afternoon and he'll be on tomorrow. So hit subscribe if you haven't already for that interview. And we're going to talk about defensiveness because obviously he's, been guilty of being defensive over a lot of the things said about him. And it's interesting to talk about it. It's interesting to talk about feeling defensive. It's interesting to talk about feeling like people don't like you when you think you're doing good. we all think we're on the good side. I mean, unless you're like a true psychopath or certain other medical conditions I am not an expert to talk about, unless you're like on some wild level where you don't feel pain or don't feel empathy towards others, we all think we're on the right side. So even a lot of these villains that come out, they think they're on, they think they're speaking common sense. I'm sure even Yosef, believe it or not, I'm sure even Yosef feels like he's on the right side of an argument. You know what I mean? So the thing is, when someone watches it, they go, I'm a good guy. I'm a dad. I'm a good guy. I donate to charities. I go to church. I want the world to be a good place. That sucks. As a comic, it sucks to like bomb, or sometimes like you're doing crowd work or someone will heckle me, and sometimes you can like respond to the heckler and really put them in their place, get a big laugh from the crowd, and then afterwards you feel bad because you're like, I didn't want to have to do that. I didn't want to be that guy. I kind of was in a position where that happened, but I didn't want to be that guy. So there's that subreddit called AITA, Am I the Asshole? It's a subreddit. AITA, yeah, I said that right. I thought I said it wrong. And it's like, sometimes you don't even know, like, am I the bad person here? And for Hunter to see that and realize, oh man, I was the bad guy, we just have to realize there's more to the story than that. So it's an easy hot take to be like, Hunter's the bad guy. And I'll take the bait once in a while and be like, oh, this person came off horribly. We just really don't know. We're watching a TV show, guys. So here's going to be the spoiler. Bachelor, whatever, posted this, but this is from Reality Steve's blog. So there is a spoiler here about the villain, so click away if you don't want to watch it, but here it goes. On Katie's podcast interview with Nick, she says that there is a villain worse than Thomas on the show, which I'll argue Thomas wasn't a villain at all. Different conversation. It seems like Hunter is being portrayed as the next villain, but Katie just defended him on Twitter when she shares there is more to these men than what we see and says, think twice before commenting negative things. And she has retweeted posts, pictures of their time together, and wished him happy Father's Day. So he doesn't seem like someone she has any resentment towards. She made it clear her feelings about Thomas have not changed. So if Hunter turns out to be worse than Thomas, I feel like she wouldn't be showing him so much positive energy online. I know it could be just for show and to throw us off, but she didn't do that with Thomas, so I'm just not getting the vibe that Hunter is the villain she is referring to in that interview. Any idea who else it could be? Comment. Pretty sure it's Greg. I just don't know exactly what it is he does. All right, so we're looking at Greg. Greg Grippo, apparently it does not end well with Katie. Some people have speculated he self-exits, self-eliminates, which, in a relationship that would be normal if it wasn't The Bachelor. It'd be normal for someone to say, hey, I'm just not ready for this. There's a whole lot of this I'm not ready for, or I'm still in love with my ex. I got all these other issues to work out. My mom hugs me too much. Whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be in life, sometimes that happens. And it doesn't mean you can't think that person's a jerk. If you're committing to someone and you're sharing your love with them, your deep, dark stories with them and all this, and then they're like, I got to go. You're like, man, go. Take a long walk off a short pier, as they like to say. You guys like that catchphrase there. Take a long walk, go for a swim, take a hike, take a lap, as the kids would say. Go take a lap. So anyway, it could be Greg. And you know what? I'm actually pretty certain it is Greg. I'm pretty certain it doesn't end well with Greg. Again, we don't know why, but that's the spoiler. That's what we're going to have to look out for. And I just don't always understand, because it doesn't make Greg a bad person. Now, there's been rumors, people said, oh, he's an awful boyfriend, or he's this, or he's that. Hurt people. He might have his own issues. Obviously, it doesn't make you, it doesn't give you immunity from being criticized if you are a bad guy or you've talked down to your girlfriend or your exes or whatever. It doesn't make that right, but hurt people. So we don't know what it is about Greg. Obviously, he's got very redeemable qualities, very charming. We see Greg and, hugging Connor, and when that moment that Michael A. shared about his wife had passed away and her birthday was the day before. That moment brought Greg to tears. He grew up without, I believe, his father died. So you really do feel for him. You go, how can this turn out to be a bad thing? Let's watch a quick TikTok. This is a TikTok. It's Greg's niece, and he's in the background doing a dance with her. White guy dance moves. He's got the nice short shorts. He's got the shoulders working. He's doing his thing. He's got it. Pulling it down. He's doing that move. I can't do that move. Cute. Adorable. So I'm going to go into this with all credit given for villain status. What possibly can happen that makes someone so much of a villain? And Does it make him will it make him a villain to all of us or just to Katie? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes a relationship happens and you go, whoa, that person did you dirty. Doesn't mean I think they're a horrible person. No. But, you know, if my cousin was like looking for a date, I wouldn't recommend him to her. You know what I mean? So that might be the case. We really don't know. But speaking of good people, I want to share this with you. I just posted this on my Instagram story. A Bachelorette contestant sent me a Venmo just now, surprise to me, after hearing my car battery was stolen. Keeping the gift anonymous, but what a heartwarming thing to say. Future car battery. It's a contestant that I have spoken highly about this season for being a good guy, and boy, did he deliver. You didn't have to do that. He sought out my Venmo and gave me a donation. How kind is that? He did it privately, so I'm not going to announce his name. Maybe I will on the Patreon. Yeah, I'll do it on the Patreon. I'll tell you who it was. And then other donations from Ben, Emily, Jennifer, Deirdre, Laura, and others. Some donating to Boone because of the expensive vet bills we had to pay, and some just saying because you liked the channel. Thank you guys so much for that. And I wanted to end this episode promoting one more of my favorites. This is Connor Falcon. I'm sorry, I called him Connor Falcon because that's his Instagram. This is Connor Brendan. Brennan, excuse me, sorry. What a disgrace. This is Connor Brennan singing a song he wrote. He says, I write songs to make sense of what I'm feeling. This is the song I wrote after meeting Katie Thurston for the first time and just wishing I could stay up all night talking with her. One of the very favorite memories was sharing this song and this little moment with her. Amazing. And then he got a nice little comment from his mom and his cousins and all these. Oh, what a great support system he's got. All right, here he is. Let's play Connor's song after the night he met Katie. Nice exposed brick.
Dead of night, tired as I've ever been. You smile at me, suddenly it's worth it. I don't know what the hell I said to you, but you laughed and told me I was perfect. I was wondering, after this is over, would you wanna take a walk outside? I don't wanna say goodnight. I pulled you out, sat beside the fire. We talked about volleyball and violin. Crazy how I don't know your middle name. Crazy how you make me wanna love again. I was wondering, after this is over, would you wanna take a walk outside? I don't wanna say goodnight. Softer words, laughing, now I'm leaning in. In your eyes, something unspoken. Thinking about what it'd be like to kiss you. Fireworks, and suddenly I'm floating. I was wondering, after this is over, would you wanna take a walk outside? I don't wanna say goodnight. Dead of night, tired as I've ever been. You smile at me, suddenly it's worth it.